You sound like Carl.
Hey, let's go. Now we gotta talk about commander respect. I don't like that I do got DC in the background. I gotta talk about this team here,
Ooh.
but it ain't the football field. We talking about that's the basketball team right there. But this team right here, they starting to command RESPECT. It's been about 6 weeks.
Well,
Y'all been
7
doing y'all
now.
thing.
We going to 7.
I
No,
mean,
7 weeks. Oh, 6 being number 1. You're right. Yeah.
yeah, doing y'all thing. I mean, well, you could say 7 if you want to talk about being number 1 in the NFC East. Well, no, you can say 6 because the
Now
Eagles won week 1.
to be fair, we took it after week 2 because they took it L to the Falcons.
Yeah, that's why I said, the Eagles had it for a week and then, they lost it like they normally do. But this is not about them. It's about you, Joe. A lot of people are seeing your quarterback do things that they didn't expect this rookie to do. A lot of people are seeing your defense actually show up in ways that they didn't expect them to show up. A lot of people are seeing your offense and Cliff Kingsbury go back and listen to your done something and actually make plays happen when it shouldn't be making plays happen. Joe, the Vikings lost yesterday. The Lions won. The 49ers lost. Cowboys somehow got a meme going around saying they lost on the bye week. Eagles won. This NFC is up and down. Do you think y'all are true contenders or pretenders?
Pretenders? Oh, no. We ain't that. Now, look. I feel like we are contenders, but the world don't know yet because we haven't proved it. But I'm going to say yes. Now, reason why people won't say we contenders because who we be. You look at all the potential contenders in the NFC. Let's start with, give me a team. Who do you think is a contender? Let's do the Eagles.
Lions.
Let's say the Eagles. Let's start with the Eagles. They beat the Packers. Okay, cool. Packers are contenders. They beat the Texans. Okay, they beat a potential, you know what I mean, right? You look at the Lions, they just beat the Vikings. You look at the Vikings, they beat the Texans and the Packers. So the Buccaneers beat the Lions. So you see all these potential contenders, they all have beaten somebody, right? Who y'all beat this year? I'm bad. No, it's no shot. It's a real question.
We beat the Jets, the Seahawks, and
the Pats.
Oh, the Patriots. Dang.
Patriots.
Okay, we're like in the same boat.
Pretty much.
But y'all beat the Seahawks, but they not, they're not, they 4-3, but they are a winning team. But we haven't beaten a winning team yet. You look at our teams we beat. We beat the Bengals, who got a losing record. We beat the Cardinals, who have a losing record. We beat the Panthers, who have a losing record. We beat the Giants, who have a losing record. And we beat the who else we beat? Who else we blow out?
You said the Browns,
right? The Browns. My bad. I forgot about they existed. But so all the teams we beat, they haven't. They're not playoff contenders. They're not good teams. Like all the teams we have beaten, got blown out somewhere else outside of us. Every single team we beat. So that's why you would say we're not contenders. But I feel like if you watch us and see how we operate, and you look at the NFC, I feel like, yeah, we can contend. We are contenders. I feel like the Lions have separated themselves. Shout out to Tomo for calling it early. The Lions have separated themselves from everybody else right now. And then the Vikings are a close second because although the Vikings lost, they battled that game. It went down to the wire. And like the Packers gonna be up there, but the Packers, they have their turnover woes also. Like Jordan Love looking like Brett Favre. So like I feel like everybody has some weaknesses going on. The Eagles not consistent. But far as how we operating, and you gotta realize, people feel like we have peaked. Shout out to AJ. No, we haven't peaked. We are a young team who's still learning each other. We're still growing. The defense hasn't gotten to the potential where it could be. I feel like the defense is going to continue to get better, and offensively we're going to get better. So I would say yes, we're contenders, but on paper, we haven't proved it yet. And based on our schedule, we got the Bears next week. We beat the Bears. Nobody still won't say we're contenders. We beat the Giants. Obviously, again, people still won't say we're contenders. Now we got the Steelers. Now, let me ask y'all a question. If the Steelers are 7-2 at this point, and we beat them, will we consider a contender?
Yes.
Joe, I'm gonna tell you like this: we beat the Steelers, so I'm gonna say we beat a good team.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
But they had just a failed quarterback too.
That don't matter.
Okay, So after the Steelers, we got Philly. In Philly. Thursday night. We beat them. Are we contenders?
I would say that solidified you being contenders because the first one you already know what everybody gonna say.
Bro, our schedule is like, because we got Chargers, that we got the Titans, Saints, Eagles, Falcons, Dallas. I mean, like, who on the schedule is really, I'm not trying to diss no one on the schedule, but we don't have a Vikings, a Packers, we don't have Texans, you know what I mean? But I feel like we go and beat Pittsburgh and Philly, we're definitely contenders.
Who y'all got after that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like this, bro. You go 3-0. What's your record at that point? Like
We
10
beat
and
the
1?
Bears and Giants too?
Yeah. Oh no, I forgot about those.
That's 10-2. Woo!
Yeah, nah, you gotta say it at that point.
I feel like a 49er. Dang.
They pretenders or contenders, man.
What kind of contenders are we talking about? Are we talking about NFC Championship contenders or playoff
Couldn't
contenders?
wait. That's why you my dummy, bro. There we go.
That's what matters.
Okay.
Is it championship contenders? If we're saying championship contenders, then I'm gonna say no. Until they prove something, until they prove otherwise, I'm gonna say no. Playoff contenders, I'm gonna say yes. I do believe that they are playoff contenders right now. Because if you do look at their schedule and you look at how they played, they definitely have a good chance to be able to make the playoffs, and not just make the playoffs, but win the division. I mean, they're division winners, right? They're head of the division right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they play the Bears and the Giants. Joe, I'm gonna tell you something though.
Okay.
If you beat the Bears, remember the Bears are 4-2, so that's not nothing to sniff at. They have a winning record as well.
Great
So
defense too.
and they have a really good defense. Caleb Williams starting to play better. He's starting to get more. Keenan Allen, the division, more and more involved. So I wouldn't sniff at that if I were you. Beating the Giants, I mean, that should be expected at this point. That should be expected at this point. Now, if you do go beat the Steelers and the Eagles, then I mean, what can anyone else really say? That's honestly what I have to say. Because if you look at what the Eagles just did to the Giants, y'all didn't do that to the Giants.
We didn't do that to the Giants.
If you're able to beat the Eagles, and is it in Philly or is it in Washington?
It's in Philly.
It's in
Thursday
Philly.
night.
So that's another thing too. Is Pittsburgh? Is that in Pittsburgh or in Washington?
That's home.
Still, that's a top 5 defense that you're pretty much going up against. Just about. If they're not top 5, they play like a top 5 defense. So you got to worry about that. If you're able to beat those two teams, even if you lose one of these other games, like if you lose to the Bears and you win 3 straight, then yeah, I think so. How am I hating? What is he talking about?
I don't know what Mark talking about.
Told
Oh,
Mark
because
just be
you said
trying
we
to
not
find
we,
ways,
we,
man.
we not NFC championship contenders. That's why he said that.
I mean, y'all have yet to prove that yet. You have to at least win a playoff game and win your division to say that you're a
Or
championship.
beat some playoff contending team.
Exactly.
I'm
If
with
you look
you,
at
man.
the playoff contenders right now, you've lost to 2 of them already. You lost to the Ravens and you lost to the Buccaneers. So I can't say that you're championship contenders yet until you're able to beat someone like that. Playoff contenders for sure, but I don't think that you're championship contenders. But playoff contenders, yeah, you're playing well. Jaden Daniels has played phenomenal so far. And you won the game without Brian Robinson even being in the game last week, this past Sunday. So you got that working for you. I mean, you
We
beat
lost.
No, I'm talking about this game.
Oh,
He played this game?
Brian Robinson played.
Oh, that was the Ravens game that he didn't play. But look, in this game you blew out the Panthers. So I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain a lot of people did not expect this game to go that way before the season started. So, and good teams beat up on bad teams. So that should say something right now.
I mean,
they got the juice for real, man. This is I don't know what Twilight universe my bad.
Tom, I never said the Cowboys is bad.
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The 180 on how we used to talk about the Cowboys is how we talk about the Commanders. I don't know what planet we on right now, because this is the same thing. Everything Joe was about to say I was about to use it back on him.
Look, they do have your coach, right? They got Dan Quinn. They got Joe.
All our players.
Did you see Father yesterday?
So.
Yeah. Then I'm randomly.
And then look at the organization. They got the GM came from the 49ers. So I mean,
shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. That's why I love y'all, man.
Never ever seen they on here talking. So y'all see Frank Louv? They say he want to use him like Michael Parsons. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here you go. right after that, I think he got a strip sack or something. I don't know. It was just plays being made all day. The Panthers are terrible. Dave, when you picked them to win 5 games, I was like, man, it's gonna be a short episode because I only got them winning 3. And I knew that the Commanders was gonna find a way.
Did I pick 5? I thought I picked 3.
I think you picked 5. I know I picked 3 in a tie.
I gotta go back on my notes. I don't know if I picked 5.
Hey, Broncos Nations, I'm sorry. Y'all might not even tie with them. This is how bad this team.
No,
they don't even want to play
football.
I'm sticking with it, but I'm just saying, if it don't happen, I ain't even mad at this point because they don't want to play football no more. Y'all made them boys quit yesterday. They realized quick. Andy Dalton, every time he threw a pass, I said, that's a pick. It just looked like he just threw y'all the ball. But that's not, we're not here to talk about the game. We're here to talk about if y'all pretenders or contenders. Dave, you said everything I was going to ask. I'm like, what do you mean by contenders? Are you saying y'all going to win the actual division? Then y'all contenders because y'all showing it. I mean, the Eagles showed up yesterday, but I was going to say, Kev said it in the comments. He want to see consistency from his team. You've been seeing consistency from your team. So right there, I would feel like you. There's no threat in the NFC East to me because I've seen that we can go out there and win these games. So if I was you, Joe, I would feel that way. I'm mad you stole some of my thunder because I was going to say everything you say about my team. When y'all going to be the playoff team? Y'all looking good against all these scrubs, but when y'all going to be the playoff team? But that's you having a vision of what's going on. Now, I really agree that you all can win the division. I think you all can win a playoff team. I don't think you all contenders to win a Super Bowl right now. Like, you would be insane to say that. I mean, as a fan, and I'm going through all the losing that you all have been going through, I can see how you got the aspirations and hopes for it. Hell, I had the hopes for it last year, and look what happened. But
look at the comments. You see what Mark's saying.
I really want to talk to Mark, and I'm going to go to the chat with this one because we got a show to do, and I don't got time to go back and forth with him. But do you see y'all beating the Lions? Think about that one, Mark. In the playoffs. Just think about that, Mark. We're going to talk about the 49ers in a second. Do you see you beating the 49ers if everybody comes below? Ayuk is out, and Debo get well, man. I just heard the news about
that. Let's not ask about us right now. We're talking about this next time.
So do you see y'all beating the Lions? Do you see y'all beating the Bucks, who y'all already played them? Do you see y'all beating the Eagles if they really pick up their consistency? Like, do you see it? I understand it's a division foe, but again, do you see y'all beat? Okay,
go ahead.
You see y'all beating the Vikings?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you now. Yeah.
See, what worries me is a defense.
Okay, so let me do this then. Let me phrase this right now because I know Mark gonna say yes to everything. Y'all right now are currently sitting 3rd in the NFC, right? Mm-hmm. You have the Vikings and the Lions above you. So again, you said the defense. Do you see y'all beating Green Bay in the playoffs?
I think we could beat Green Bay, but Green Bay should beat us. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when you have a quarterback, anything's possible. No, for real though, anything's possible. But if I was not a fan of the Commanders, I would not pick them over the Packers because the defense is suspect. And the Packers have a really good passing attack and secondary trash. So as we get better, I feel like you said, as a fan right now at this moment, that's why I say I feel like we are contenders because I feel like we're going to grow to that because we're still a young team. And I feel like the defense is getting better. Although, like, Lamar Jackson called us up, I mean, can't do nothing about that. But the Panthers' offense has been okay with Andy Dalton. Let's not write that up. They have been okay. They've been all right. We did better than the Bears. Huh?
Their wide receivers said, I ain't playing no more.
I mean, he saw what we did to him.
I'm talking about Deontay Johnson. They was like,
he want to be a commander.
I mean, at this point, y'all winning. Who don't want to go over there?
Hey, Tomo, this is the 15 we beat. All 5 teams we beat had to have a come to Jesus meeting out there. We beat them, bro. I watched the Bengals press conference. They was like, we got a question. I mean, we're not contenders until we prove it. I'm like, dang, they question themselves. We played the Cardinals. Colin Murray, this is ridiculous. We can't do this. I'm like, dang, Colin Murray had your best game like a couple of weeks ago. What's going on? What? Look, the Giants. I don't know. The Giants ain't make no excuses. I give them that. But everybody else. Hey, Blaze. Come on, Micah. Dan Quinn, you say whoever what do you say, Tomo?
Buying or selling at the 49ers will make the playoffs. That's what he said.
What Micah say, Tomo, about Dan Quinn?
Look, I got a boss you know, she was one of my best bosses I ever had, right? She was my best manager. I'm gonna say my best manager. I told her, like, she got me promotions and all this stuff. I said, if you ever quit or they fire you, I'm going wherever you went.
And what happened?
Fast forward, they let her go. Guess what? I stuck around for about 6 months. Job ain't want to pay me, so I had to go somewhere else. So if the cow was gonna pay Micah, then I could see him going somewhere else. But other than that, they pay me, I'm staying right here. I know I said a lot, but money talks.